got in between these two garages, where actually during most of the day, morning hours, we get pretty good sunlight. Here's my buckets. Got 6 of them going here. Most of them are doing really pretty well. These are peppers. These are basic 6-gallon bucket with holes drilled in the bottom and a few rocks in the bottom to help with drainage, and then the rest with a mix of regular dirt and garden soil. Now here's some that I've just planted in there, and I've got my first pepper. That's a hot banana pepper, so I don't know exactly what it's supposed to look like when it's ripe. The hose is the soaker hose. Anyway, here is part of my pipe garden, vertical pipe garden. Now I got this irrigation stuff that already had the holes drilled in it, 1/2-inch holes, just like this stuff. A couple of bucks a piece at Home Depot. And I cut it in half to 5-foot length because it was a lot easier to fill with dirt. And if you try this, you'll find out exactly how hard it is to fill something with dirt like that. Anyway, so the hose goes in the end, and I cut a piece of the weeping hose, or whatever you want to call it, soaker hose, and it runs all the way through, comes out the other end. And for just now, it just ends and it's open, but I'm going to hang another one of these below this, and the hose will just kind of hook and make a circuit through those, and might even do another. So that's the between the garage garden, and I've got a bunch of plants that are doing really well. Now here's the garden that was full of just a lot of weeds and stuff, and I dug it all out, turned the soil, tilled it, dug it about 1.5 feet down, then mixed it in with some good soil and potting soil, which is probably a big waste of time or resources, whatever. And there's another piece of the soaker hose that runs through here. I basically have 3 rows of pepper plants, and those are roughly 1 foot apart. They should probably be further apart than that, but you know, whatever. Then here's little pepper plants that I started from seedlings that I thought were going to die, so I just sort of plugged them in there to see just what would happen. Anyway, they seem to be taking off. So I'm calling that section my nerd garden. That's where I'm just going to plant things that I think are going to die. Now I left this rose bush in here, just kind of for the hell of it, sort of, and built this trellis. The rose bush was already there. I dug out 2 others that I thought were pretty fucked up. But anyway, there's some of the catnip that I planted, and I don't know if these will show up, but got a few others. Those are either stevia or more catnip. I think those are stevia, or they could be weeds. And got a few more of them coming up here. So anyway, we got the between the garage garden and this garden, and then over here we're starting on the other project. Now last week I cut a whole bunch of these tree limbs down. They had to come down anyway, but kind of give more light. And I left those branches deliberately long like that. And I had made another hanging garden, you know, by drilling these holes in the bucket, filling it with dirt, and plugging some of the pepper seedlings. And you can see most of them are doing pretty well, except for that one, which I kind of banged around while I was climbing up there with the bucket, which ends up being pretty heavy. I might cut a few more of these branches down. I've also planted a few gourd plants and stuff along here and in the neighbor's yard, and playing little Johnny Appleseed.